Hey guys, this is VB Theory again, and as I promised you, if you've seen my Android honeycomb speed art, I've promised you about Photoshop tutorials, and here I am doing it now. So today's tutorial, which is the first tutorial, is I'm gonna go around selection tools. Most of them, I don't know all of them, but I'm gonna go over most of them. And I have here Photoshop CS6. You may not have the same thing, but anyway, it should look the same. So here I'm gonna paint something really random, and we're gonna go first with the rectangular marquee tool, which you can find here. So you can drag, and the region you which is inside the rectangle you draw is gonna be a selection right now, and you can move it. Also, some tips: you can hold Shift to drag a perfect rectangle, or if you have a previous selection, you can hold Shift and select another place so you can make a double selection. Also, the same thing works with Alt, which is subtract. And yeah, let's move on to the second one, which is the elliptical marquee tool, which basically is the same thing, but you have a circle instead of a rectangle, and you can hold Shift so you make a perfect circle. Also, one little thing I want to say is you can hold Alt so you have that circle centered. You can do this with all of the selection tools, and same thing with Shift and Alt and all the stuff, it goes for all of them. And now single row is as it states, it selects one pixel from the left to the right, and for the single column it selects one pixel from the top to the bottom. Now let's move on to the Lasso tool, which allows you to pretty much select with hands free, so it's not a shape. You can perfectly draw your selection. For example, I'm gonna go over this part. Okay, now for the polygonal lasso tool, it's pretty much the same thing as the lasso tool, but instead of hands free, you draw like lines around your form, or your the form you want. And for the magnetic lasso tool, it pretty much goes over Photoshop detects the content which is around your selection, and tries to get to make anchor points depending on the colors you have. Okay, let's move on to another one. So we have here the magic wand tool, which pretty much goes around the colors that are similar. So as you can see here, it goes around all the black I've drawn here. And for the quick selection tool, it pretty much analyzes the contour of your selection, and selects the same colors. Okay, so let's move on to another thing. We've got the pen tool, which works the same as the lasso tool or the polygonal lasso tool, but instead you need to do one more step here. For example, I'll select this part, you right click and press make selection and press enter to make your selection. Okay, let's move on to one final thing, which is the color range. So you go to select and color range, and what this does is it takes the colors and it selects all of them, all of the similar colors around your whole picture. So once you open it, you just hold shift and click on the colors and it selects the colors. So that is it for the selection tutorial. I hope you've learned something out of it. Stay tuned for the next week's tutorial on Photoshop, and see you guys later.